physical science students, Mr. Nissen here. We're going to talk to you a little bit about units of measurement and different systems of measurement. In the US here we use what's called the imperial system of measurement, which comes from way over here in England. We're in the US. We use the English system of measurement. They don't even use the English system of measurement anymore. Most places in the world use the metric system of measurement, and it's because it's a lot easier to convert things. For example, in the imperial system of measurement, we've got things like this gallon here. We've also got ounces. If I were to ask you to figure out how many ounces there are in a gallon, we've got 16 ounces in a pint here. There are 4 pints in a quart, and there are 4 quarts in a gallon. You'd have to do a lot more math to figure that out. We also look at, this is volume in the imperial system. We also look at measurements of length and distance. This is, the standard in America is to use inches, miles, and so right here in this book we've got 8 3/8 inches wide. If I asked you to convert that into feet, how would you do that? Do you even know? Probably not. It's a bunch of weird math. The other measurement system we use is for weight or mass. And this cinder block here is about 30 pounds. If I were to ask you how many ounces that is, let's say, it would be a lot of weird math to figure it out. And also tons. How many tons is this? You wouldn't know. So in science, rather than using the imperial, outdated, old school system of measurement, we use what's called the metric system. The metric system is used in science because it's so much easier to convert from one unit of measurement to another. And so we're going to look at the same volume, distance, and mass measurements, but we're going to use the metric system to find the measurements of a couple different things. And then we're going to ask you to convert those, and you'll see just how easy that is to do. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to use this graduated cylinder, and it's called a graduated cylinder because it's cylindrical in shape, and it's got these markings on here that denote graduations of measurement. And on this one, each of these lines represents 10 milliliters. And so we're going to find the number of milliliters that are in this bottle of lemon blend lemon juice. And so I'm just going to pour this in. We put a little of some red food coloring in here to make it easier to see just how much liquid there is in it. So all right, so we're going to look at these graduations to determine. So we've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 right here. And then we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So we're going to say there are 980 milliliters. Well, let's say 82. It's a little bit above that 80 milliliter mark, but below the 90 milliliter mark. So we're going to go with 982 milliliters. Now, using what we've already shown you and how to convert using the metric system, tell us how many liters that is. Convert 980 milliliters to liters. The next measurement we're going to do, we're going to find the width of this lab table here. And we're going to use a meter stick to measure that. We're going to get the number of centimeters in this table, and then we're going to have you convert to millimeters. So I use my meter stick here. I've got, just to quickly kind of go over how a meter stick works, the meter stick itself is 1 meter. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see 10, 20, 30. Those are all the denotions for the centimeters. And then you can see these tiny little markings in here those are millimeters. So we've got 1 meter, which is equal to 100 centimeters, which is equal to, if we figure it out with millimeters, it would be 1,000. So we're going to use this meter stick to measure the width of the table. And you can see we've got 60, 70, 75, and 76 centimeters for the width of our table. So it's up to you now. Convert 76 centimeters into millimeters. How many millimeters is our table? Finally, we're going to look at mass. We're going to find the mass of this really high quality military grade pen that is good for breaking glass, all kinds of really tough stuff this pen can do aside from writing. We're going to use this scale here to find out how many grams are in this pen. It's pretty easy to do. So we've got 45.2 grams in this pen. What we're going to ask you to do now is to convert 45.2 grams to kilograms.
Hello, 9th graders. Mr. Bruns here. I'm going to run through the second half of this activity for you because you are going to be finding the measurements and also doing the conversions at home. So the first thing we're going to start off with is you are going to be finding the volume of a Yeti. So I'm going to pour it in our graduated cylinder, and you first need to record the volume that shows on the graduated cylinder before you convert it. Alright, so as you can see, I have poured in the whole Yeti. You need to record the number that you see. Once you have that number recorded, you are going to convert that number to liters. Again, this is milliliters, and you are going to record 2 liters. All right, now moving on, we are going to do distance. All right, in the first activity you did width, we are going to be doing the length of the lab table. Remember, a meter stick is 100 centimeters. All right, so we are going to put down our meter stick on the table right towards the edge. And you can see that it is longer than 100 centimeters. So I'm going to mark this spot. I am going to move our meter stick to the edge of our spot right there. And we are going to record the length of this table. So you are going to mark down the length in centimeters. Once you have that length marked down, you are going to be converting it to meters. You are going to record this length in meters. So first, record it in centimeters, and then convert it to meters. All right. Now, our last step, you are going to be getting the mass, and we are going to get the mass of Mr. Nissen's cell phone. So we are going to use our scale. I turn it on, I set the phone on the scale, and you are going to record the grams of the phone. Once you have the grams of the phone, you are going to convert it to kilograms. If you end up getting stuck, please reach out to your teachers. If you're having trouble with the conversions, we're here to help you.